and rich people read books. Number 2, poor people get paid based on time, rich people get paid based on results. Number 3, poor people, they blame others for their misfortunes. Rich people, we take responsibility for our own failures. Number 4, poor people focus on saving and rich people focus on investing. Number 5, poor people, they know it all. Rich people continuously to learn. Number 6, poor people believe that money is the root of all evil. Rich people, we believe that poverty is the root of all evil. Number 7, poor people, they have lottery mentality, and rich people, we have action mentality.
This is the difference between poor and rich. Are you ready to change today?
Yes.
Make our
Yes.
rich.
Yes.
Take a challenge
Yes.
that your children will never be poor. That was not my emotion. My children, I never wanted them to go with a begging bubble to company for jobs. They must be the owners. They must be the entrepreneurs. They must decide their life because they have everything to do. I have left my daughter for research. I told her she's spending a lot of money on food and nutrition research. Said every time she is going seminars, flying. Daddy, I have seminar in Delhi. I have food technology seminar. I have this seminar. Why I have money? I told you do something. What I have done, small thing. You do bigger thing to make this world beautiful. That is what the beauty of direction. That is why you must have money. Don't hate money. Don't give lip service. Don't go with the mentality of the broke people. You will be broke.
That's you. This is the leader.
The majority who are giving sermons,
Leader.
what are they? They don't have anything. They don't have money. They are not rich. They don't have a cent. That is why they keep on telling, I don't have money. I don't want money. I don't want money. Why Bill Gates say I want money? Understand the value of ethics of creating wealth. The richest man in the world says I want more, I want more, I want more. Now recently Jeff Bezos, as you know, Amazon, he was that, now he is the richest. They say they want to accumulate. You ask Bill Gates, he says, I want to leave the largest foundation for charity in the world, history of the world. Do you know that Gates Foundation is 75 billion? All over the world is benefited. For his cancer research, this research, that research, AIDS research, so many. He says, all my money I am going to leave for the foundation, charity. What a beauty is this. Creating wealth. Living to the beauty. Living to the world beautiful. Can you not do something to your own family? I am not asking you to create the foundation like Bill Gates. Live to the world after your own children. Your own brothers and sisters, your own dependents. Because yes, they have not done, somebody has to do in the family. Will you take up that challenge? Sir, nobody will be poor in your generation.
It is very powerful.
Hundreds of generations come, then only the next society. I did that first to my generation by opening DXC. You may not believe. I just never say my income.
Yes.
People ask, but
Our
within
business.
6 months opening DXN, because of my fire, first diamond bonus, my income. 5 point, it is 5,50,000 at about $500,000. First, there was no market, only with RGG. No excuse. Launching day 16,000 members. Team ready, kept. Now DXN India. Afterwards it's the history, 222 countries. Still I am working as if I started the business 20 years ago. Still I am active. Working day and night to build the business. Millions of lives have changed. How many people have become millionaires under my team? Unimaginable. Everybody included. how depth Mr. Ghani is. Ghani, you got something from me? Though I cannot, brought up every child, every baby, nothing. Initially what we did in India, but the legacy, 47th or 48th generation, there may be so many inactive in between. Who is not? Khatri, Sultan al-Alawi, whole woman from the depth of India's root. My root, I am very proud of that. Why I am coming now, why I am traveling, why I am active, why I am promoting. We want every one of you to be rich. You should not die poor if you belong to my generation. From the network industry, that's the beautiful. Not that everywhere we get money. It is not the money motivates now. How many lives you change? How many lives you touch? How many poor people who are suffering, who don't have anything, such people are earning. Unimaginable amount we have seen in our own lifetime in a poor country like India, maybe Bangladesh, maybe Nepal, maybe Sri Lanka, maybe many other countries. Nepalis, how many Nepalis are here? All of them. Where is your apply that top, what is the Damala?
Banu.
Bhanu Bhakta Damala.
He is in Nepal.
Yes, he is in Nepal. How many of you from Bhanu Bhakta Damala team? Please. Yes. It's again my group, I say. Every one of you.
Number of non-ambassadors in your.
It is, we are counting, we are racing toward 100 crown ambassador shortly. It is more than 18 today. 18 crown ambassador from our generation. I am very proud of you. Every one of you must be crowned. Sultan, you must be the next crown from women. I wish that entirely. Hassan al-Khatri, agriculture scientist, food scientist, yes, every one of you can. Provided if you follow the principle of making money and to be rich next.
What's up, Believe Nation? It's Evan. My one word is believe, and I believe in people more than they believe in themselves, and I want some of that to rub off onto you so you can go off and create those amazing things that you've got up in here and bring them out to the world. So to help you on your journey today, we're going to look at the 7 habits of self-made millionaires. Habit number 7 is my personal favorite, and I'd love to know which one you guys like the best. And as always, as you're watching, if you hear something that really resonates with you, leave it down in the comments below, because when you write it down, it's much more likely to stick with yourself as well as inspire other people. Enjoy.
I should mention one thing about reading. It was at the library here at Columbia that I wish I spent probably more time than any other student. I lived there practically, but I pulled the book out there. Happened to be who's an American. It told me something about my professor Benjamin Graham, and then I looked up and I went to the library and I said, I want to learn more about this because I learned this over here. That changed my whole life. We own Geico now because of that librarian directing me to some other book and then following through on that. It's a chance. I read about 1/5 the pace that Bill does, but I still spend 5 or 6 hours a day reading. I mean, you can learn so much. I particularly love biography, just to be able to live the lives of these people that have been so extraordinary, the lessons and the discouragements they face, just everything about it. So you can't get enough of reading.
I have to show up at work with the right attitude and with the positive energy. And I actually had a t-shirt made that said positive energy is a part of your job description, right? So the idea that I want to show up with the right energy, I want to show up, we're all here, even now we're all here, we're trying to feed our positive, loving kindness.
George Metanero?
That was, yeah, I mean, that was one of those incredible auditions that came around that I suppose every kid had been waiting for. That I remember there was a mustard jar scene, and he had to jam and kind of just look at me and
go to war on the outside.
Right.
My team go to war. I'm very, very tough on my team. I want to shit like that, and I'll say
where employees can come and ask me any question that they want about what's going on and what the direction of the company is, or questions or things that they read about in the press, or that their friends who use the product, what they're asking them, ask that change the way that we think.
Below was from management that says this is an office tower. It's not a hotel. Please, and look at it. He's bathing in the bay, believing that I can do it. There were times that I doubted myself. It's a long shot, ladies and gentlemen. Don't stop!
Attitude of the millionaires, some of the top millionaires. Unless you copy them, follow them, do the same thing in any sector, how they have been successful in accumulating wealth. To be rich is not having few lakh, few millions rupees. To be rich is creating the asset, huge asset, which will pass on to the next generation. To be rich is you have to create such solid assets. Nobody should be poor in your generation after your death for many, many centuries. This is what we are seeing in the modern days. All modern days, last 300 years research if you do, how people have become great. They have all from zero to hero. They are all from zero. They have created the empire of wealth. Hence today, the opportunity in the modern days, every poor man can be rich. Every unfortunate life can be rich. Everybody born with no opportunity can be rich. That is the democratic wealth creating system which the world, most of the countries in the world have. Nobody can stop you to be rich. It is only you, your attitude, your idea, your thinking. We are seeing in 20 years, 30 years, people can build billions of dollar empire, creating wealth from zero, so nothing, from ashes. Take Gates, anybody who are today in the world, 300 millionaires, 300 top millionaires life story I have read. How they have become rich, how they have created wealth. They are all from ordinary. They are not born rich. Their parents were not rich. They never had anything. And the opportunity is so much. The only thing is, most of the people don't think over the opportunities, and most of the people don't determine to be rich. That's the most important thing. In such a huge wellness industry opportunity, if we embrace the wellness industry really in a serious entrepreneurial thinking, serious entrepreneurial mindset, serious business mindset, nobody can stop you to be a millionaire in a couple of years. Couple of years. Nobody is there. So have that in your mind. How much time is left, Department?
We have still.
5 minutes.
No, we can.
Have you ever heard of lack of money is a little bit of a problem? You know what? Lack of money is never, ever, ever a problem. What do I mean by that? Lack of money is simply a symptom of the problem, but it's not the cause of the problem. What the problem really is lack of skill. Have you ever heard stories of lottery winners who suddenly have a windfall of money coming into their lives, millions and millions of dollars, only found themselves a few years later broke, bankrupt, actually sometimes worse off when they were financially. Now why is that? They have money, but they don't have the skills of the rich. I am rich not because of my money, because I started with no money. I was in debt. I was hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. I am rich because of my skills. So today I'm going to teach you the 7 skills that I have mastered. The 7 skills that I believe you need to understand and master if you want to be rich. Now, as I go through each skill, I want you to ask yourself the question and comment below and rate yourself from a 0 to 10. 0 being like absolutely horrible, like you suck, and 10 being world class. So here we go. Skill number 1, the ability to talk to customers persuasively. I call that closing the value of what you do to your potential clients. Do you know how to ask powerful questions that compel people to buy? Are you comfortable talking to strangers, presenting your ideas, demonstrating your product or service? Closing skill, I believe, is one of the most important, if not the most important skills you need to master if you want to be rich. When you're talking to customers, you're closing. When you're talking to vendors, why are they afraid of speaking to groups? Most of the time because they worry about if they're going to sound stupid, or how do they look, or they are afraid to speak to groups. Do you know how to present your ideas to groups? Now, copywriting, I'm not talking about being all grammatically correct, although it's good to do that. But I'm not talking about what you learn in school, the academic writing. I'm talking about communication. I'm talking about maybe sales, and you have a decent amount of following. That with words in print. Skill number 4, and that is the ability to communicate clearly and effectively with your team. I'm talking about as your team. It's very, very important to develop that order of priorities, right? You're doing your homework, you're taking exam, understand and realize the value of their time. And that's why they avoid what I call minimum wage activities. If someone can get the thinking, well, then are you asking me to be an accountant, or take an accounting course, or be a bookkeeper, things like that? No, but you do need to understand the language of money. Financial literacy, that's the these words, that's what you have to understand. You cannot improve something you don't measure. So financial literacy, going to work. I've said it many times. The book, Napoleon Hill wrote, it's called Think and Grow Rich. Part of thinking is managing your mind. What are you feeding in your mind? How many times do you know exactly what you need to do to accomplish your goal, to achieve results, but you cannot get yourself to do it because you went from a poverty consciousness, a poverty mindset, to a millionaire mindset? Click the link below or somewhere on this page. I'm going to train you on it. Now, Susan,
But we will get it. They have
See,
to
these
They have
videos
to
are
do delivery.
available on YouTube. You search
Now we will stay in
some of these beautiful videos.
in one hotel for 11.
Why you
They
must
will
be
stay
rich,
there.
how you must be rich,
Most of them.
or
now
why
that
you must be
cheap.
prosperous,
And there is
how
no
you must be
family
prosperous.
That's all now, sir.
The how you must come out of poverty consciousness to prosperity consciousness. Unless you move from poverty consciousness to prosperity consciousness, your Ganadharma will not move out. Your products will not move out. You will not go for prospecting people. You will not talk to people because the fire is not there to be rich, to be well off. DXN is only a tool. It is a tool. How are you going to handle the tool? How are you going to use the tool? The best tool you have to be rich. Best tool. Product or marketing plan, one world, one war, market concept, anything, team, leadership. But how are you going to use them? You are not going to use any of the skill because you don't have the motivation to be rich. You think that okay, chalta hai. All right. मेरे दादाजी इसी तरह था, बाप भी इसी तरह था, मैं उसे तोड़ा बैठा हूँ, ठीक है, इसी तरह मरूंगा. No motivation for you to be better off. The first thing is you must have that thinking, very serious thinking to be better off. Unless you create that, no other activity you are going to do. If once you have that in mind, that will not allow you to sleep. You will keep on moving. No negative, no this, nothing will prevent you. I am very, very strict today in my training. If they don't have 100,000 Indian rupees earning, I am going to stop training to such people. I told them. They must be millionaire, annual millionaires at least. They are worth of my knowledge, worth of my education, worth of my training. You told me give free, I am ready to give free, but they are not worth. Why are you feeding them? Why are you giving them? Again, you are spoiling your knowledge, your training, your skill, and spoiling the people also. Be strict, enforce the discipline to be rich. You are not going to give me anything. Yes, I am ready to give, but you don't want to grow by yourself. You are not going to use the knowledge, apply mentorship, skill, legacy, which we have created. 222 countries. Why should you not have that? One day your roots must go to 222 countries. Kenny, how many countries you have now? I know it must be more than hundreds.
Yeah, 130.
Yes, you will be there one day. How many countries I have?
74.
Same countries, your roots also can go. It is a free market. Who is going to prevent? Dr. Lamy is going to prevent? Ganadamra is going to prevent? System is no. It is a free market. It can travel anywhere in the world. It's only your dream, very solid dream, to be rich. Unless you come out from that sluggish poverty consciousness, because we are in the comfort zone of enough. I will never be in the comfort zone of enough until I break the asset of Bill Gates. I'm poorer than him. That what is that? Bill Gates is going to sue me. How can you say that? You are going to overtake me. I will sue you in the court. Can you do that? No, you know. My thinking is free. Why should I not think? Why should I not work while he is working? Even after becoming number one, richest man in the world, he is working day and night, he is creating assets, he is investing, taking over the new companies. See Warren Buffett, it is. See the beauty of fire of creating wealth. What is the age of Warren Buffett? Gani? Over 80, 86 or 87 something. He is investing in India, opening up the real estate business, construction company, takeover company. 87. You are sitting simply, enough. Don't want it. Not even a fraction 0.00001% of his asset we don't have. We think that we don't want. Okay, you get out. If you don't want, don't spoil my mood of making money. I want to make money. I have come here only to make money. Killing money.
Yeah.
Killing. Why they are all rich? They are all big empire, business empire, income they have built. Why should I not? Who is going to prevent me in the free market? Who is going to prevent me in the free country? Who is going to prevent all over the globe is free? They are not stopping my entry. Come on. With the red carpet, they are welcoming. Whoever is investing, whoever is, see, in UAE, invest. They want to give everything to you. Resident visa, this visa, that visa, NRI visa. I want to get that. I must have the house here. Shortly I will have. Don't worry. Yes. Hence what I tell you, have that to become rich. Have that attitude. That's very important. Last but not the least, how many minutes? 5 minutes? Before leave. Sorry.
9 shocking reasons why many educated people are poor. Why are so many people poor even after having many degrees? In this video, we are going to be sharing with you 9 reasons why so many people who are educated are still very poor. Reason number 5 is the most important, so try and watch this video till the end. Reason number 1. Many educated people are poor because financial education isn't given in schools. Wait a moment and think about it. Each time we mention education, the first thing most people think about is school. And whenever we think about school, we assume that school should teach children everything necessary about life. The opposite is the truth. Take for instance, you can be a medical doctor and really know a whole lot of things about medicine, or be a lawyer and know everything about the law profession. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean that you know anything about money. In fact, you can be an accountant, educational system. I'm sorry, you may know nothing about money. And because you know nothing about money, education is that degree they go think meaningful anymore, as they believe. Reason number 3. Many educated people are poor because the more time you spend in school, the more you are likely to love job. Let's face it, because school was designed to train you on how to be people are people who could work with 10, can learn about money and invest properly and be financially independent. Reason number 4. The fourth reason why many educated people are poor is because so many people who believe they are educated are actually arrogant. So many people think about the internet, and many of the people are poor is because so many highly paid people buy a lot of liabilities. You see it everywhere, who lose their jobs. In today's economy, it doesn't matter how much education you have. It doesn't matter how much degrees you have. Education could cause an entrepreneur to lose as good as the one he invested his last decade, $37,172 debt after college. That's just an average. Some students leave college with as high as $200,000 or more in student loan. In fact, as at 2018, about 100 people in the United States have as high as $1 million in student loan. In the year 2010, it took 7 years for an average college graduate to break even with his student loan. You need to live your life alone. This is what I mean by that. So many assignments alone to do your opinion piece in the New York Times. Tax law everywhere in the world was subscribe now and turn on the notifications.
Say, this is what I came to DXN. Quit the job. Being a vice chancellor is the ordinary thing of your university. Tell me, Hassan al-Qadri. Most coveted. I could kick that job. To be a poor vice chancellor, broke vice chancellor, or corrupt vice chancellor. It happens. Honestly paying tax. Every money earned from DXN is tax-paid money. And to be rich, I have chosen, rather than dying as an ordinary employee without being rich, I choose to be rich at my 50s and determined to come to this industry, not ordinary thinking. Today, not only I have changed myself, my family, my children, my dependents, I have changed the lives of millions around the globe. Millions. Motivated them, supported them, helped them, and become a cause, directly or indirectly, if they decide to change their own life. I am not here to change your life. I cannot change your life. That is what the secret of creating wealth. Until you decide in this hall, on this day, 2020 may cover, to be rich. You take a vengeance against poverty. War against poverty. War against illiteracy, ignorance, disease even. That is another cause. And decide and go outside and fight with the DXN system. Again, we are talking about the system. The system is great. How many of them are going to use the system for their own prosperity? That is the more important question. Until they are going to use the tool and the system, nothing can change their life. They are telling this man will pay, that fellow is making, Nepalese are making money, Bengalis are burning. Why? They have fire in their belly, perhaps some of them. They want to pay any price to change their own life. Change your life. You are the authority. You are the destiny writer of your fate. Nobody else. God will bless you if you decide to be rich. We are here with only that motion, that objective, sole objective, pious objective, to help people to be rich. I am sure that you have a great legacy, great mentorship. All these are speakers. Great. Give a big hand to all the speakers. They are all torchbearers. They are all luminaries of knowledge. But use them, don't abuse them. God bless you to be rich and see you at the top as a millionaire. Wish you all the best. God bless. Good morning.
Thank you so much, Vasupalaiah. Bring your hands together for those inspiring words. Professor Vasupalaiah, the first and foremost crown ambassador of India. That was fantastic. Professor, thank you so much. Thank you so much.